loves, and welcome back to BehatiLife YouTube channel. If you're meeting for the first time, welcome. My name is Jess, and for those of you that are old friends and family, welcome back. As you guys can see, we have a pick a card reading. We're going to be diving into the messages that we need to hear. Before I dive into each message, I want to say that I've been receiving, not just recently, but across the entirety of my existence here on YouTube, for the majority of my existence here on YouTube, have been asked if I have a Patreon, and I knew that I wanted to create messages and community. You guys have seen me create that in different pockets along the journey. But one of the pockets that I feel is the most consistent, and one of the ones that serve the collective and me the most, is BehatiLife Notes. It's similar to a Patreon, the idea of Patreon. However, it's something that I can control. What I've noticed and what I see within the astrology charts is the breakdown of social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Those are one of the predictions that I've been sharing consistently for the last few years, is that they are not reliable sources for community development. There's too many things that are prepared to shift, to break down as society kind of bends and folds with the pressure of the current planets. If you're an old friend and family to this YouTube channel, then you've heard me say this. This would not be the first time that you've heard me say this. So with that, I knew that I didn't want to create something that would fold under the pressure, and that I knew would bring me peace and bring you peace and would also have longevity. For that reason, I created BehatiLife Notes and I put it on my website. So if you are interested in consistent astrology predictions, including the more intense astrological transits and how difficult those transits can impact our personal lives and also globally, as well as intuitive messages that are consistently sprinkled throughout your month, the astrology readings in particular are daily, then BehatiLife Notes is definitely for you. I also want to say that I don't sugarcoat transits ever. I also don't believe in fear mongering, and I also am really big on empowerment. I could be in the thick of a nasty transit, and I am able to pull the chart and see why it's challenging us and how to make the most of that time. So although we're in the thick of some pretty intense transits, and I know you guys are feeling that. I know you guys are feeling it. I know that you're seeing it. There's no need to panic. There's no need to be disempowered. And that's something that can quickly happen when we're scared. And one of the foundations of BehatiLife Notes is an intention to empower, to protect, to preserve, and to water our intuition, each of us individually. So if that's something that you're interested in and you feel like it'll be beneficial to you, I believe that it's very beneficial, then the link will be posted down below. Also, if you're someone who loves self-help, self-growth, self-healing, I can't tell you how many, I actually want to say every single one of them is a prompt for inner growth and inner transformation, inner healing. It's like when you're done, a lot of people have the need, the desire to journal and to take time with the messages. So if that's something that you benefit from, that you need, that you want to give to yourself, especially this year, then there's that, okay? Having said that, this long-winded intro, we are going to be focusing on the messages that we need to hear the most right now. And I'm choosing to focus on messages and not astrology transits because I literally took the whole start of this week, the beginning of this week, to break down the transits, including how complex and tricky and nasty some of them can be, and how that community can protect themselves and plan accordingly. The reason why I did that, again, is because it's really tricky. You know, I'm not trying to come in here and be demonized and attacked by the YouTube platform. Not you guys are great. But YouTube itself doesn't like us talking about these things, even though we're in the middle of it. The only people who can really talk about it are the news, which in itself is a whole message, because the news has an agenda, right? So anyway, I don't know if you guys, oh my God, there's some, yay, there's a blue jay. I want to show you guys so bad, but if I do, you'll see where I live. And I have the same stalker situation for like years now. It's pretty intense. You would think that it would calm down, but no, it doesn't. I'm thinking about moving my bird feeder a little lower so you guys can see it. I'm long-winded again. Anyway, I think I will move the bird feeder down so that you guys can see when the wild birds stop by. And, oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense. That's probably where that vine came from. All right, anyway, this is today's message. And I really wanted to focus on this for you guys because, the astrology predictions are on BehatiLife notes. And I just wanted to pivot and change the energy a little bit. So this is message number 1, number 2, number 3. Go ahead and take your time. I'm going to be live shuffling and pulling just to allow my intuition to flow. That's kind of been the energy that I've been feeling lately. And I'll meet you at your timestamps. All right, my loves, if you chose the first card, this is your message. As I was preparing for you, and by preparing, I mean I was like grounding myself, centering myself, I heard the words, oh crap, and I just lost it. I heard, ooh, goodness gracious. And then I got a vision of someone running up a hill and catching their breath, like someone who's like a jogger and challenging themselves. So I'm wondering if someone here is training for a marathon or a triathlon or something of those lines. If you're challenging yourself to jog, to exercise, to get out and about. And I saw the beauty, the abundance of breaking a sweat, making your physical body work, really work. And I thought that was so beautiful. Let me go ahead and shuffle from the tarot deck that I chose, which is the Mermaid Tarot. And you're going to notice that this deck is pretty thick. It's because I have two decks all together. What is the message for pile number 1? We have Page of Pentacles. I'm going to shuffle off camera. 7 of Pentacles reverse. This card wants to jump out. Death card. I'm seeing the number 555 for you guys. 555, 515, and 505. With that, there's the energy of change, shifting, breaking through, breaking free. I also just heard the word abandonment. I also heard lost cause. And I'm also hearing root chakra. So if there is all those words, right, that just came through, if you're watching life shift, change, transform, evolve, which actually makes sense because you have the death card here, your root chakra might get triggered. What the root chakra reminds us of is that we're safe, we're secure, we're protected, we're provided for. Without that, we cannot thrive because we are focusing on survival. So if you have changes and shifts happening in your life right now that is forcing you to focus on survival, take care of those things, set intention for those things. Page of Pentacles is here, and Page of Pentacles provides a job offer, a job opportunity, abundance, security, a foundation for you to walk upon. It doesn't ensure that you will feel spiritually safe and protected. Those are things that you have to set intention for. But when life starts speeding up, and I do see speed happening here because we have the Eight of Wands here. And Eight of Wands is the card of speed and things moving rapid fire, quick, quick, quick. When we have things speeding up, we can oftentimes feel like out of control of ourselves, of our environment, and we need to kind of pull off on the side of the road and catch our breath. For someone here, I think that physical fitness, big time, is going to be a highlight for you, or at least your spirit guides want to talk to you about the security. Wow. So they want to talk about how working out or running is something that creates security and structure for you, that helps you to get in control. I also heard the word contain. So some of you guys might feel like you are fractured and falling apart at the edges of yourself. You may not even recognize yourself anymore. And something that can help you come back to yourself, whatever that looks like, is something that you can control, which is like walking, running, exercise, yoga. There has been so much change lately. And for many of us, when there's change, we kind of get pulled in the current of that change, which means that we get pulled away from our structure, our routine. That has an impact on us, our mental, our physical, our spiritual, our emotional, and it can contribute to the feeling, the lack of control. So Spirit really wants to talk about your subconscious. Well, I was about to say that actually. I was just looking at the moon card here. Spirit wants to talk to you about your root chakra and taking care of that, healing that, setting intention around that, so that subconsciously you are feeling more safe, secure, provided for. We also have the Six of Pentacles card here. And the Six of Pentacles is the card of offering, giving, and like balance, like equal give and take. When the card is reversed, we need a little more, right? We could have more abundance. This is another thing that Spirit is asking you to ask for, but also in the near future, on the horizon, you've got some abundance, some security coming down the pipeline, and this looks and feels pretty good. You may not necessarily sense it right now because obviously subconsciously, you know, there's with the moon card, things can be a little hidden. You may have manifested security and abundance for yourself, and even though you may not have seen it in physical, it doesn't mean it's not coming. Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you hear that? Aubrey's on my chest. That's my daughter. And she's snoring. Good girl. That's something else that I want to talk to you guys about, is taking care of your basic needs, making sure that you're sleeping, that you're eating well, that you're hydrated. Her snore is getting louder. That's so cute. I've never heard her snore like that. Okay, let's go ahead and flip over your card. You have love and sensuality. Interesting, interesting, interesting. For someone here, I see you returning back to a space of love and doing what you love. Okay, wow. When someone here really is breaking free of a past, and I say the word breaking free, and that's a kind way of putting it, because someone here feels like they got ripped from their old selves or from their old life, and you may be looking at your life again. I just keep seeing someone looking and assessing themselves and the situation that they're in and having a hard time coming to terms and grips with it, or wanting to build on it. Like you are someone who gets motivated when you're in the midst of destruction, at least now, right? So you may be looking at your life right now and saying, I want to build from the ground up. I want to build something that I can count on, that I love, that contributes to me just as much as I contribute to it. I deserve that. How do I do that? This could be a relationship. This could be healthy practices where when you diet or when you take care of yourself, you see the growth. You see yourself moving towards your goal versus it feeling like it's all in vain. This may be career, job pivots, or opportunities that pay off where it's not like you're contributing a service or you're providing something here, right? You're doing your work and it feels like your pay or your acknowledgement is in vain, like it's not enough. Oh my gosh, 2 blue jays have entered the chat. Look at them. Wow. I'm so glad that they found the seeds that I provided. That's so funny. I'm definitely going to move my bird feeder, and you guys have to see it. It's pink. I shouldn't actually describe it because, well, it's pink and it's in the shape of 2 hearts and it's really cute. Anyway, yeah, someone here is returning. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The message here is that right now you have the chance, the opportunity to build something stable from the ground up, something that you love, something that provides. And if you are someone who has been ripped apart or ripped out of something, or you feel an empty space of lack, it's not going to be for too long, because you have the promise card. I'm going to call the Page of Pentacles the promise card. The promise hasn't been fulfilled yet, but the promise has been made. Like it's like I pinky promise. And I really feel like this is something that you can count on. You may not have been able to count on people or circumstances, events, opportunities, jobs in the past. They may have not had longevity, but this is something that you can count on. And with the 6 of Pentacles card reversed, oftentimes it's like, okay, I give a little, you give a little. I give a little, you give a little. And when this card is reversed, in this circumstance, in this situation, it's I give to you, I give to you, I give to you. And I see this in the space that you have experienced lack. That's what's changing here with the Death card. So if you are someone who is constantly giving to others, to the world, to your relationships, this is when you're going to hear, I give to you, I give to you, I give to you, I give to you. Let me receive. Like, let me allow you to receive. If you are someone who is constantly on the receiving end, then this is a moment where you're like, I was inspired by all that I received, and now I want to give back. So you may have had your cup filled, and now you want to give the best of yourself to someone else. And Spirit is walking you through that. Seriously walking you through that. Now let me shuffle a card for you from the Black Goddesses Within Oracle. I love this deck. Give me a moment here. And then we're going to move on to the next message here. Okay. What is her message for you? I'm going to read it to you. Deeply ensconced in the forest, you can feel Mama Netse before you see her. Her creative energy flows into her mystical body after traveling from the core of the earth. With each breath, the energy emanates from her through the trees. She responds strongly to adoration and adulation. It is the fuel for her resistance. In turn, she showers you with the lessons and powers required for your success. See how there's their give and take. She loves to love you and loves that you love her. Her love language is ritual and any combination of chants, dance, and prayer. That's that Page of Pentacles. That's the foundation. She draws on the power of the forest to wield her magic and is a great transformer who will help you see clearly and make the optimal decisions at the ideal time. And because she is Mother, she is well equipped to shape your journey with discipline wrapped in love. She wants you to be free and wants to give you all the tools, not only to get there, but also to enjoy it when you arrive. If you are pulling this card, the ancestors want you to know that you possess the ability to choreograph your reality. Use ritual, ceremony, and celebration to dance with your ancestors and their wisdom. Follow their steps to liberation. The invitation here is to create rituals, Page of Pentacles, that nourish you and your community. That's that give and take. Allow them to feed your resistance and set you free. And I feel like with this set you free, it's a nod toward the Death card, which oftentimes when we're facing this deep transformation or we're walking out of it, we can be a little shocked because of what we've experienced, because what we were once gripping on and holding on to, or what we counted on, has been removed. But at the end of the day, you are empowered. You can empower yourself through your ritual. You can call out to be empowered by your angels, your guides, and your ancestors. It's just honestly up to you to do it. All right, my loves. So that is your message. If you would like to go a little deeper daily through astrology predictions, astrology chart pulling, and intuitive messages, Behati Love Notes is there for you. I'm going to leave the links down below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Moving on to message number 2. All right, my loves, now for message number 2. If you chose this card, this is your reading. I'm going to live shuffle for you, and I'm going to use a different deck for you. If you hear snoring, my little one is on my chest, strapped to my chest, so you're welcome. It's really cute. She is knocked out. Angels and guides, ancestors, what is it that they need to hear? What's the message? The focus. I'm going to shuffle off camera for a little bit just to make it easier for myself. Oh, good morning. Yes. For you, I'm getting the numbers 444, 414, 404, 484. So I'm going to shuffle 4 different cards for you. All right. The first card to jump up, let's go ahead and take a peek, is Knowledge, connected to Air Spirit and Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra is definitely coming through. Then we have Owl Spirit, connected to Wisdom. Then we have Stillness, the Reflecting Pool. And then we have Freedom. Wow. So I honestly feel like each of these cards deeply resonate with air signs. Each one of these cards deeply resonate with air signs. So if you're an air sign, sun, moon, rising, this is amplifying this message even further. The next word that's coming through is something that has been coming up pretty consistently, pretty often with those that are subscribed to Behati Love Notes, and it's the word detachment. Like I explained to them in our little group there, detachment doesn't mean that we remove ourselves and pretend like we don't care, or that we are robots or inhuman. We do care. Oftentimes, the more that we care, the more that we really need to detach from the situation. Detachment means that we take our hands off of it because we love it so much. Detachment means that we give it freedom so that it can grow and be the healthiest version of itself, and that we can be the healthiest version of ourselves, and that there's no prison that is keeping us contained, that we get to choose each other again and again. If you find that a situation challenges what it is that I just said, it's not that it's not for you, it's just it's time to detach and watch how the healthiest version of it unfolds. This is going to teach you through your experience. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is something that we are born with, that is ingrained within us. Knowledge is not something that we're born with, but something that we learn through our experiences. Clearly, there needs to be the two of these that need to come together, knowledge and wisdom. For this to happen, you really need to give yourself a space to kind of reflect. When I was shuffling for this, what was the first thing that you wanted to hear about? Was it a love relationship? Was it a specific outcome? Was it your purpose, your destiny? Was there a specific question, or were you completely detached and open to the process and to the journey? And I ask that, and I'm not judging. I just really want to go deep. I really want to dive deep. Whatever that thing was that was on the forefront of your mind, that's the thing that Spirit is asking you to detach from, and really be honest with yourself within this, because the same thing that you're being asked to detach from is the same area of your life that's about to grow. When we detach, and when you're invited to detach, meaning you pray about it, you set intention for what you want, you trust that the universe, your angels, your guides, and your ancestors have heard your prayers, and you know that they're going to answer your prayers. You clearly state for your highest and greatest good, hurting and harming no one, and then you watch as the events unfold. If they break free and pull away, then you have to trust that that was meant to be. If it grows towards you like a vine, then you know that at that moment in time, that was what was meant to be. At the same time, you have a lot of say in the situation. The word that it is that I'm getting here is not only detachment, but also empowerment. For many of you guys, you are meant to hear right now that you are not supposed to be settling. I'm going to say that again. You are really meant to hear right now that you're not meant to settle. When you take your hands off the wheel of this situation and it grows in a direction that isn't a fit for you, you have to know when to let go and when to free yourself and just be like, you know what? It's going to be a no from me. Let's say you know that I'm going to use the metaphor of food here. Let's say you know that you're hungry and someone offers you rotten bread. You know that you're hungry and you need food. You place your order for food and someone offered to you rotten bread, moldy bread. If you took that bread and ate it, you would be sick, even though it's food. The whole world will tell you, well, it's food. So why would you say no to food? Because you know that yes, it's food, but it's food that will make you sick. So you wait. After you wait, a big platter shows up and it has everything that you need that is healthy and cooked right and done well, that's going to nourish your body. Why? Because you had discernment. You knew that from past experiences, that when you put it out to the universe or when you go to the restaurant and order food, that food tends to arrive, usually what it is that you've ordered, and if not, it could be easily fixed. And your wisdom taught you what to ask for, and your wisdom gave you the discernment to know that this was not acceptable or it was. So in this situation, when you are asked to practice stillness and detachment, it's allowing you the moment to kind of reflect and see where you're at in your life and ask yourself that if this is being offered to me, is it acceptable? If this is what you're offering to me, do I still want it? And Goddess or God, depending on how you identify, you get to choose. You get to choose. That's a really powerful place to be in. That's your freedom right now. That's what Spirit has given you. Also, try not to look to see what everybody else is doing, and try not to compare yourself to what others are being offered, because your blessings are not theirs and their blessings are not yours. Also, everything on the surface doesn't always reflect the truth. So be really careful, be really mindful what it is that you're looking at. You can allow it to inspire what it is that you may want to ask for yourself and the steps that you may cautiously want to take, but don't allow it to dictate, because again, you have your own path. Good morning, baby. You waking up? Let's flip over this last card and let's see. Yep, holy crap. Oh, the reason why I recognize this is because it came up during Behati Love Notes during their reading. Release and let go. Release and let go, which is so interesting because that truly is the spirit of detachment. All right. So, my loves, thank you so much for being here with your reading. If you would like to go deep with intuitive messages and astrology predictions daily, Behati Love Notes again is offered for you. I'll link it down below. Until then, thank you guys so much for spending time with me. Sit with this one, right, in the spirit of the stillness here, and really reflect And for someone here, I am seeing this like vision boarding and mood boarding and intention setting. So, and that's another thing too that you need to know and hear right now, is that detaching yourself from the outcome, no matter how much you love it, no matter how great it will be, is how you help it to manifest and grow into something that is really, really big and abundant and serves you. And Spirit wants that for you, and so do I. So again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If I'm going to see you in Behati Love Notes, I'll see you there. Until then, make sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, because there's plenty more videos where this came from. And I'll see you in my next one. Moving on to message number 3. All right, my loves, welcome back. This is message number 3. And I am going to be shuffling from the tarot deck what you need to hear right now. Also, my little one is strapped to my chest. I'm baby wearing, and she just woke up from a nap. She's vibing right now, but you may hear her cooing and sucking on her thumb because she is joining us. If she starts to get fussy, we'll take a little break, a little pause. Use that to connect, ground, meditate, and nurture ourselves. And then pick up where we left off. Interesting. For you guys, I'm getting the number 333, 373, 343, and 313. Let's go ahead and look and see what you need to hear right now, starting with this card. 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands reversed, the Judgment card. It's interesting because I heard enough is enough. For someone here, I heard like lower your expectations. Whoa, I heard lower your expectation and raise your wand. Interesting. So lowering your expectations doesn't mean that you expect less from an experience. I think what Spirit is trying to tell you is to not put so much pressure on the current moment or on yourself, especially when the universe right now, and I was talking about this in Behati Love Notes, not to keep bringing it up, but I promise you it's not intentional. It just is relevant. But especially when the universe, the cosmos right now are putting tremendous pressure on each of us individually. You don't want, it's important, and there are moments to expect greatness from yourself and from others, and there are moments to give a lot of grace. I also heard the word lack, and then my eyes kind of drifted over to the 5 of Pentacles. For someone here, I feel like you are feeling like you are lacking in something, that you're overlooked, or you want to give so much of yourself to something that's really important, and you will be able to, but right now you have already undergone tremendous shift in your life. Like your identity as a person may have changed in some way that's significant, and Spirit wants you to remember who you previously were and who you are now. You've come a long way. And what Spirit wants to tell you is like, you're too hard on yourself. It's one thing to have expectations for greatness and goodness. And there's also moments where the expectations that you have to rise up and do all these things in one shot or one setting or a specific way, it becomes unfair to you. With the Judgment card, you have to look at, like, and I don't want to tell you what to do, but that's really what it is that I'm seeing here. With the Judgment card, this is where the past self kind of rises up out of the ashes. But before we even get to that point, there's something that pulls you up. It's the pressure of voice. It's transformative. You hear it within your soul. You hear it within your spirit. You answer its call. That's something that comes from external that you respond to. And if you're really hard and punishing of yourself, and I just heard the word nuances. So you may be connected to Aquarius energy right now, which is erratic, indifferent, and friendly, and oftentimes approachable, but also unpredictable. Or these are energies around you, right? So it's hard for you to kind of connect the dots and find the patterns and places that makes you feel safe and secure, especially if you're someone who looks for patterns so that you can prepare for you to plan accordingly. This can really be a shock to your system, life, your relationships, who you are now. You may try to plan and be organized and have an answer or have a plan of action or a path, when in this case, in this circumstance, you're asked to kind of take your hands off the wheel and allow the universe to drive the ship right now. And when you watch the universe drive, it's almost like you're punishing yourself and getting mad at yourself or mad at those around you because you're not driving. It's like you tell yourself, I'm being reckless, I'm being unsafe. The last time I took my hands off the wheel, this happened, this major catastrophic event. But that's different now. The Judgment card does refer to the energy of the past, those past memories that we have that resurface when we don't feel like we're enough, or when we feel like I need more, or for those of you guys in love relationships, you may be coming back from separation or a period of long isolation. That's not going to happen again. The Judgment card, when it reemerges, it is not what it once was. Even if it looks similar. This is a terrible metaphor, but Spirit is showing me to share it with you guys. And it's like zombies, right? When a human being passes and they are laid to rest, if you were to call it up and make it a zombie, it will never be the person that it once was. And that is a blessing, and that could be a challenge. Spirit wants you to see that whatever circumstance that you feel that you are facing, that you will relive, or that's making you nervous about the future, it can't happen the same way that it was, because you are not the same person that you were. So much has already changed. So they don't want you. And it's funny too how these cards are broken up into two separate readings. There's this situation and there's this situation, which we're going to look into. What's the matter, Bubba? You want to say hi to everybody and tell them to comfort themselves and nurture themselves? Yes. I also heard the word authenticity, like being authentic and authentically feeling your feelings, not telling yourself when you're facing a new blessing or a new space. So like, oh, I love this. You are allowed to say, I'm scared. You are allowed to say, I'm not ready. You are allowed to say, I'm uncomfortable. Just because you are being blessed right now and just because you're reemerging doesn't mean that you have to fake the funk and make it seem or sound like anything other than what it actually is. So really feel your feelings, your authentic feelings, and be your authentic self. You're encouraged to do that. Okay? I'm really interested to see what these cards have in store for us. Let me see if baby will allow us to. Are you good, honey? You chilling? She's looking at the tarot like, go on, I'm listening. Wow. The next few cards we have, oh my gosh, I was almost expecting this to be the Empress energy because you did get the number 3. Page of Wands, 7 of Swords, and then the 6 of Cups. Oh my God, speaking of the past, right? Someone here is worried about the past resurfacing and re-entering. Remember how I said how things kind of come to life? There is something like a blast from the past. So this could be, wow, this could be, I hate to say this because people sometimes get excited, but that's okay. You're allowed. This could be an ex or a friend or a relationship of the past re-entering back in, and it literally is not the same person that it was. What you do with this information is up to you. You're allowed to say to yourself, nah, son, I don't want this. Or, okay, I'm open to hearing what it is that you have to say. If this is someone from the past, and if your discernment and your intuition says it's a resounding yes, then it'll be interesting because I feel like this person and situation has changed enough that it's not the same that it once was. This person would have undergone a tremendous amount of inner growth. However, for a lot of you, I'm seeing that if something does reemerge from the past, you may not say yes to it. Because Seven of Swords is literally the card of slinking away and finding, Page of Wands, finding that you would rather explore your options and venture out and challenge the unknown or explore the unknown instead of repeat and go back to where you once came from. If you do decide to quote unquote revisit things of the past, it's more about things on your, you excited? It's more about things on your to-do list or your bucket list that you're like, well, when I was in this relationship, my partner didn't like that I love to travel. They wanted me to stay home. And now that I'm single, I can go back to my list and go to Greece or go to Milan or go to Turkey and explore these things. I'm not obligated. I have no duty, no obligation to anything, anyone, right? So there is this really strong sense of empowerment here. I feel like there's some feelings of like growth and abundance, because even with the Judgment card, Six of Cups, Page of Wands, it's like something is pushing through the earth. That's how I'm envisioning this, is something pushing through the earth ready to grow. Yes, honey. What do you think it is? Actually, we have a card hidden here. Let's go ahead and see what it is. My baby's excited too. So strawberries, of course. Fertility and youth. Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. You're entering into a very fertile period, a space of growth. That's so funny. Youth is a fresh start, a new beginning, regardless of where you've been in your life. The Judgment card is actual, like, coming to life again and breathing air for the first time, or it feels like the first time. You come to life after a period of dormancy or separation or neglect or being looked over. Remember, that was energies of words that were coming through for you. Are you getting excited? Are you getting excited for them? Yes. She's like, yes, this is so exciting. Yes, you're so excited. Yes. They got blessings. They're growing just like you are. Okay. Yes. For some of you guys, there's a blessing here. Just like seeds planted in the earth, you don't know that they're coming. I'm getting an image of house squirrels, how they walk from the trees and like they come down the trees and they dig into the dirt and they put little seeds that they found, important seeds that they found, and sometimes they forget. And then a few months down the line, those seeds start to grow in random places too. That actually happened every year, actually. Every year since I bought my house, I put sunflower seeds out, and all it takes, anytime I put the seeds out, all it takes is a few, like a month or two, and the seeds that I placed for the birds end up breaking and growing, like breaking ground and growing like sunflowers wherever the birds drop them. And it's like these little surprises that I never see coming, but they emerge. And that's something that I can count on. That's something that I see for you guys, is that from past actions here, Six of Cups, something is ready to emerge underground. The Seven of Swords is the card of hidden intention and hidden things that we don't see, kind of slipping away. But as I taught and teach in Sacred Circle Tarot School, that Seven of Swords, even though it's considered a negative card, it could really be a blessing in disguise. Emphasis on the word disguise here. And there is something that from the past or something in disguise right now that's re-emerging, fresh, youthful. Also, Six of Cups is known as the card of youth and vitality and innocence. Sometimes that can be good and sometimes it can be frustrating, but in this case it feels really good. Something here is emerging, and the Page of Wands is that stem, that little branch that's coming up, breaking free from the ground. So what is this? Let's see. Let me shuffle real quick. For someone here, it's emotional. It could be intuition. It could be relationship. It will be something that brings you happiness and joy, blessings and abundance. Something that nourishes you, something that feels, I just want to say it feels right. If you have been in a situation again where you're just like, this is not where I belong. This doesn't feel good. This isn't long term. I can tell or sense that this isn't long term. This thing has broken away from me. What does reemerge is something that feels right. And I love that the Queen of Cups is actually reversed, because to me, this gives rain. Truly, this gives rain. Now, when the Queen of Cups is upright, she represents water that is not still, but kind of moving. When it's reversed, it's barren, meaning like the water, like we could go for some water, or it's too much water. But in this situation with 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles was upright, 4 of Wands is reversed, and Judgment card is upright. Something too much is what we've been praying for. Too much is what we've been needing in the space where we have been lacking. And as soon as that water starts to pour, and as soon as it starts to soak and touch the roots, it's like taking a big breath of fresh air and coming to life again in a space where it was once dry and barren. And one thing, I was just talking to my daughter's nanny about this today. We were talking, it's so funny that strawberries came through, because I literally have 2 strawberry plants. And I was talking to her about planting seeds and how she didn't have good luck with planting seeds in the past, and how I've had a little bad luck with some seeds. And for her, she was struggling with fruits and vegetables. And I was telling her, well, they require a lot of maintenance. Because they are creating something full of water and nourishment, which means that we have to nourish it. We have to be consistent with nourishing it, or it won't grow. I was like, also realize that what you're growing is something everything wants to eat, from birds to insects to you. It's food, it's nourishment. So everything sees its value. And for someone here, you need to hear that. What you're growing deserves ample watering. You as a person deserve ample watering, not just balance, but like over water me. I want my cup to pour over so that I can give to others, especially in places where I've been lacking. And for something that is so abundant, that has so much worth and so much value, a fruit or a vegetable, what is this fruit and this vegetable that's in your life? You're about to see it. You're about to see the reward of it. So with the Page of Wands, I just want to say, I just love this. You may not feel like you see it with the 7 of Swords, but 7 of Swords, again, is under the radar. It's in the dirt. But the overabundance of water, I'm going to call waterification right now, is exactly what was needed in the space that there was a lack. And that's what you need to prepare for right now. That's what you need to set intention for, unapologetically too. I love that for you. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for being here. If you would like to dive a little deeper through a daily astrology and tarot intuitive readings, Behati Love Notes is there. It's available for you. I'm going to link it down below. If you are new to subscribing, you'll be able to catch up on all the past readings that I've posted and kind of pick and choose like a lottery system. Actually, I just got inspired that I can intuitively pick a message and cycle that one out in addition to our daily messages. Wow. I think I'm going to do that because I haven't deleted any of them. Wow. I'll allow myself to do that for you guys because there's a lot of messages there and they'll continue to serve and give. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do that right now. Anyway, got distracted, but yeah, if you're interested, Behati Love Notes is there for you. It's every day. God bless you. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.